Joined by Luke Oliver after a win, a 1-0 win, a clean sheet, 3 points, and a few smiles back on faces.
Yeah, it was a much needed win. You could start feeling the sort of tension around the place, and that's sort of in the change room and around the ground. Going that amount of time without a win, so it was an ugly win, but 3 points and much welcome.
Absolutely, and there was almost a united kind of relief around the ground, whether it was players, management, staff, fans, and everything. And the fans had stayed patient, haven't they? They've stayed patient through this run, and they stayed patient through the game today too.
Most definitely, I thought. If you touch on the last two games, you sort of got your Cheltenhams and you've got your Guiseley, you probably played better football in those games, but end up losing and everyone gets frustrated by it. Whereas today, we might not have been the prettiest of games, but it's 3 points, clean sheet, and a win at home as well. So it's nice to get the fans sort of like a cheer to go home with.
Now, for most of the season when you have played, you played alongside Omar Beckles, and obviously he was suspended today, so a change of personnel at the back. Obviously, Joe Osa, an experienced player, but he's been out for a long time. I thought you really stepped up to the plate today and you showed good leadership and had a really assertive game at the back. Were you pleased with your own performance?
I was just pleased that the back four got the clean sheet along with the team because it's always nice to get. I thought Joe has done fantastically well considering the amount of time he's been out. I know it's like to have a long-term injury. And he worked so hard in the training ground and in and around the ground. He's always smiling. He's a nice person to have around, so I was delighted for him personally. And touching on Omar, I thought he's been brilliant this year. He's come on leaps and bounds, and he looks like a real player. So it's nice that it's going to be quite a bit of competition as well with Sad, because every time Sad's played, he's done well. So there's 4 of us now sort of wanting to play, so it's going to be half a gaffer, but that's a good thing, I think.
It is, it's great really. I know a number of us remarked on the fact that the timing, eventual return of Joe couldn't have been better timed from his own point of view.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't have expected to get a start so soon. But obviously let's not forget you've got the assistant manager there who can step up to the plate as well if required.
Yeah, I think Bart stepped in. I think he got MOM when he came as well. So of course Bart's he trains every day with us and he's probably a bit fitter than me, but I wouldn't admit that to him. And yeah, he does. There's 5 of us, so 5 centre backs are all looking to those last 2 places.
So finally we go into Christmas now on a fantastic roll of 1 win on the trot, and we will be unbeaten till Christmas. Nobody can change that, not unless you have a game in training or something. Obviously we move on then to a team you know extremely well, Woking. We're going to play them twice out of 3 games, separated by a game at Guiseley. What do you expect from those games? Because I know you have played in a Woking Aldershot derby before.
Yeah, one of my first derbies, it might be my first professional derby actually, was here for Woking, and it was a great experience. I think it might have been 2, or I can't remember what the result was. Yeah, we know what it's going to expect. You've got to be fighting for it. That's what the fans at least expect that, and then hopefully we can get a positive result and performance on top of that. Woking got a good result as well today. I think they won 5-1 at Gateshead. But I don't really care about Woking, it's about us, and hopefully we can do one over them at Boxing Day.
So it's been an up and down season for yourself really, Luke, hasn't it? You've been a little bit in and out of the team, and you've had an unfortunate injury when you were back in the side and had to be quite patient again. Talking about good timing, you were straight back in the side up at Bradford, which is another one of your old clubs, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fortunate that I really wanted to play in that game. Obviously, we lost, so it was disappointing. But for me personally, that was the game that I wanted to play in, and it felt kindly for me that I was able to sort of go back out there again. It was nice and see some friends up there, and yeah, I was delighted I played in that. But unfortunately, we couldn't get a result.
One thing we must mention in talking about that precious clean sheet today was just one moment, one particular moment from the goalkeeper behind you, which is almost as crucial as the goal we scored.
Massively, yeah. I said to Phil afterwards, well, I congratulated him when he actually saved it, but when the boy hit it, I thought it was him personally, because it was a great strike, but Phil's managed to get a great hand on it, and I was so relieved to see that happen. And then straight after he made another great save, but the bloke gave a foul against Joe, but he still made the save. So hats off to Phil as well.
Now, there's been a lot of questions asked about this Aldershot Town team, about whether it's fulfilling its potential, about the level of entertainment, about perhaps the lack of goals, etc. But one criticism that can't be labelled against this side is their sheer guts, their determination, and you're a group of triers, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we've got a relatively young group, but they're honest in my opinion. I think they won't it's not for a lack of trying. Sometimes it might be a bit of like know-how and sometimes a bit of bravery on the ball, because there are times in most games, probably not today as much, but in most games where we will play a nice bit of football, but it's that consistency side where we want to be doing it more often, in the right areas obviously, because we don't want to be passing out too much and getting caught out in our own box and things like that. But yeah, potentially I think there's some players who could push on, but that's me personally, and then it's not down to me, it's down to them and clubs who and pushing on with all the shot as well, not let alone on their own.
And finally, just to reflect on perhaps the sweetest moment of the day, just nudging the Phil Smith save out of the way, was seeing all the week's work, all several weeks' work come to fruition in what was a good goal, a well-worked goal from a player who's been through a difficult time making it, and one who's never scored in senior football.
Oh,
how did you see the goal?
Yeah, no, I'm delighted for Tom. Because Tom's been very patient. I feel he's not a moaner. He gets on at training. He was able to get his chance when he came on today, and Jake's determination got him down to the end of the byline, cut it across, and Tom was composed enough to stick it in the net.
Well, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy Christmas.
You too.
With 3 points in the bag, and hopefully we can do it all against Woking.
Lovely, thank you.
Cheers, Luke.